Well, I think we're on, Manuela. Hello there, Manuela.
Hello.
Oh my goodness. I'm so
Finally.
excited. Finally, technical. Lovely Manuela has helped me today with the technical. And I'm in the studio with the fabulous Manuela. My heart's beating today, guys. It really, really is. Hello, Manuela. I know I keep saying this. I can't believe she's in the studio.
Oh,
Can
it's so
you
exciting. I'm so glad I'm here.
so
It's
I'm
so
so
nice.
excited. They were waiting outside. Manuela and her gorgeous husband were waiting outside. I've opened the door, I've done the codes and everything. Mike, you'd be really proud of me. Honestly, I've got
She did
everything
well. She
sorted.
did well.
I'm doing really well. But this is the gorgeous Manuela. Manuela, can you just introduce yourself?
Yes, hi. I'm Manuela, and I'm a Qigong instructor, and that's what we're going to be talking about
Yes.
today. We're going to talk about Qigong and a bit about my journey in Qigong, and yeah, the exciting things, what happens in our lives when we channel our energy and yeah, move out of a stuck place really, and life can be yeah much easier and wonderful once we when we lost our way a bit, and then we can get back onto track. And yeah,
It's true.
yeah,
So, Manuela, how did you first do Qigong? How did it come into your life?
yeah. So when I was 49, and I really felt quite stuck. Is for women, we kind of hit that menopausal age,
Yeah.
and I felt a bit lost and lost my motivation in life. And I thought, what am I doing? I did a job I didn't necessarily like, and yeah. So what's going on? And I kind of felt quite low at that point, and we were in lockdown. So it was COVID, and we were in the first lockdown. I had planned a big birthday party for my 50th birthday, and that didn't go ahead. It had to be cancelled. I was like, oh, what's the point? And then on my birthday, my friends, we had a Zoom call, and then they talked about Qigong and doing the class with Katie Brindle on Instagram. And I thought, oh, I'm going to join it. Didn't know how Instagram worked, no idea about Instagram. So I managed to work out, and joined Katie's class on the 7th of May, well, 4.5 years ago. And I knew straight away,
Did something just click?
something clicked, and I knew, I've never done Qigong before, but I knew it was
Yes.
something moved,
Yeah.
something moved. And that's where it started.
The rest is history. And I remember seeing Manuela when you did your first class
Oh gosh.
on Instagram, and it was fantastic because Manuela is a natural. And I was just saying to Manuela just before I press record, when you wake up in the morning, sometimes you feel a bit sluggish, and Manuela always says, even if it's 10 minutes or 5 minutes, 10 minutes of Qigong, you will feel completely different for the rest of the day. Open the windows as well, breathe in that fresh air, and you will feel completely different. And you do. You feel amazing. You really, really do. And it's channeling the energies of the body, isn't it? And looking after the inner organs, your liver, spleen, kidneys, and heart. Because I don't think we actually appreciate those. We just take them for granted. I know that I sometimes have done, until something happens and you think, oh, I haven't been looking after the different organs, which are really, really important.
Yeah, absolutely. We talk about in Qigong, and then, well, from when I started studying Qigong with John Monroe, and I did quite a lot of courses. And when I qualified, that's when I had this last minute call from Katie Brindle. Can you teach my Instagram class with 10 minutes warning? And
What was that like, that view?
oh my God. The thing at that point, I didn't have time to think.
Yes.
She just messaged me, I haven't got any internet. Can you jump on and teach my class?
Yes.
And I was like, oh my God. So I just quickly went onto Instagram. And then, you click like live. And then
Yes.
it's like, what am I doing here? So I just thought I'd teach what Katie normally teaches in the morning, do
Yes.
the same moves. And that class was all right, but obviously I was really nervous. We had 400 people, over 400 people at that point in the classes. But then she asked me again a couple of days later, and I felt, get this imposter syndrome.
Yes.
And I just felt awful. And I nearly said no. And then I said, no, I've got to do it. I'm going to do it. And I had some nice feedback from the class, but I felt so, oh,
You are amazing. Honestly, your classes, they just fill everyone up with joy. And everyone out there who's done Manuela's class will say the same thing. You just inspire us.
oh, thank you.
You really, really do. And also, I don't think people actually understand the body tapping. Because when I try to explain the body tapping, they say, what with the bamboo?
Yeah.
Can you just possibly, in a moment, just demonstrate the body tapping?
Yeah, we can do that. We can do that in a bit. Yeah, but let's just go back when you talked about the organs before, because
Yes.
that's one of the big things about Qigong is because we are working with the five elements,
Yeah.
and they are emotionally and physically so important.
Yes.
And we've got our, if you start at the top, our lungs.
Yes.
Lungs and large intestine make the metal element.
Yeah.
And then we've got the heart, which is the fire element. The heart is, we call it the emperor in the body. So the heart has got, it's the heart itself, the triple burner, the small intestine, and the pericardium, the heart's protector. And then we've got an earth element, which is our stomach and spleen. We've got wood element, which is our liver and the gallbladder, and the kidneys and the bladder make the water element. And all of these have to function in balance. And if one of them is out of balance, that's when things go wrong
Yes.
with our health and with our emotions.
Yeah.
So the metal element, the emotion here is grief.
Yes.
And if you had a big loss in life, that can really throw this element out of balance. And then you might notice that in your skin, and you might notice that in your immune system. If the heart is out of balance, it's joy and sadness. The kidneys, there's a lot of fear and trauma can sit in the kidneys.
Yes.
The wood element is anger and frustration.
Yes.
And if you know, people which really spark up quickly and
Yeah.
they've got really irritable.
Yes.
This is to do with the wood element. And then we've got stomach and spleen, that's the earth, and a sympathy and a worry. Some people worry too much. They overthink everything.
Yes.
And that is to do with the earth element. So, and if one of them is out of balance, because one will feed the next, so the earth will promote metal, the metal promotes water, water promotes wood, wood promotes fire.
Yes.
And if one of them is out of balance, like a domino, it just doesn't.
It
No.
doesn't. Yes, it
Yeah.
doesn't function. But
Yeah.
I know that when I do the the spinning mandarin one, you know, you
Yeah.
go around like this. It's so relaxing in the morning, and then when you do the one for you know, when you reach up for the the
Yes.
tummy, that one is brilliant because the minute I finish your class, I need the toilet.
Yeah.
And I'm not being graphic here, guys, but that's how
Yeah.
efficient it is. So it is believing in it as
Yeah.
well.
Well, this one is for the stomach.
Yes.
And that is really important. And you notice when your stomach is out of balance, if you're feeling tired in the morning, if you
Yes.
wake up and you're feeling tired,
Yes.
and that is because there is not enough energy in your stomach to push the energy into the other organs.
Yes.
So when we do this movement, we stretch through the meridians. They start underneath the eyes, they go to the corner of the head, then they go down the front, and then they're all the way down the legs, come out of the toes.
Yes.
And when we do this move, where we're stretching, that's when we are opening that channel, and we can allow to have this energy flow into the stomach. And the
Yes.
stomach then can move.
Because everything's controlled by the gut, isn't it, as well? The guts.
Yes.
The gut's very powerful.
Yeah, but we talk more really when it comes, we talk more about stomach and spleen
Yes.
as well when it comes to moving stuff around the body.
Yeah.
The gut, of course, gut is very important. We've got like a second brain in the gut, and but we do talk a lot about stomach and especially the spleen in Chinese medicine.
Yes, you do.
Yeah.
And kind of a damp. So can you just go over? Because I keep saying to people, I've got a damp spleen. They have no idea. And you try to explain to them. Can you just explain what a damp spleen is?
Yeah, so the spleen needs to be dry and the stomach needs to be moist.
Yes.
When there's dampness in the spleen, and that's where we accumulate dampness, and that can be through diet or living in a damp environment as well.
Yeah.
And damp forming foods, which is sugar, or the nice food, which I like, right?
Yes.
Sugar and white flour and cakes and all of this stuff and wheat. That can dampen the spleen. And then when there's dampness in the spleen, it can't move the energy. The spleen needs to send or send the energy smoothly through the body. It needs to transform and transport, so it needs to move the energy up and down. But if there's dampness, it's just stuck.
Yes.
Right, and there's too much dampness. We also notice that in our digestion. So when we have diarrhea or something, we always think about it's a gut thing.
Yes.
But not necessarily. It can be the spleen sending energy down, but it should be sending energy up.
Right. And you don't in Chinese medicine they don't actually agree with, is it milk? Is it milk?
Yeah, dairy. Is damp forming foods. Yeah, and some of us tolerate it more or better than others.
And ice. Always when I'm having
no
like
ice.
a lime and soda, I think, oh, get that ice out. I can just see your face going, no ice, no ice. And why is that? Is it because it's too cold?
Yeah, it's a cold. It's the best temperature really for water as well. In a glass of water, is around 36 degrees, 36.5 degrees, because that's the temperature of the stomach.
So no ice creams?
No.
So anyone out there, no ice cream?
Sorry.
But do you ever have a cheeky ice cream?
Of course.
Yeah, you see?
Yeah, of course. In the summer more.
Yes.
But I am, when it comes to drinks, even gin and tonic, no ice. I don't put any ice in drinks, and it really makes me cringe now. If we go somewhere, I'm the ice police now. If we go out with family for dinner,
will you take it out of their drink?
I said, take that ice out. It's not good. It's not good for you. So yes, I'm. Everybody's like, should never have ice.
And what about alcohol? How are they with alcohol in?
Well, we do actually say a little bit of alcohol is not a bad thing actually in the body. But I like a glass of wine.
Yeah,
prosecco.
Yes.
80-20 we say.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. I think have a little bit of what you like.
Yeah,
I'm like that. Anyone out there, are you the same? Yeah, I bet you will.
Yeah.
And you're now also doing a university course as well. And is it because who inspired you to do that?
Well, it's like I said, I was really stuck, and then I found Qigong, found Katie, and I thought things were moving, because at that point I thought my life is just like over. It's like I'm in the menopause, children grown up. I mean, you just like.
You feel a bit redundant.
Yeah, so this is it now. You've got aches and pains and back and knees, and that's it now. But then all of a sudden you find your way again, because we're working with the Hun, right?
Yes.
The spirit, there's 5 spirits as well as in the elements.
Yes.
And the Hun is the one which can make you feel stagnant and stuck. And once you get that moving again, the world is your oyster. We just open up again.
Yes.
And that what happened. So I started studying Qigong and did more and more courses, and I loved it. And then you get, where am I going to go from here?
Yeah.
But Qigong is very, very closely linked to Chinese medicine, and there are Qigong hospitals in China, and they practice Chinese Qigong because it's so fantastic for the body.
Yeah.
And
also for the mind as well. The body and mind, isn't it?
Body, mind and breath, we bring together, And that's, where am I going to go from here? And studying Chinese medicine.
Wow. What's that like? Is it very intense?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's fantastic, but it's really tough.
So how much study are you doing?
I study.
She studies all the time.
Yeah, a few hours a day. I need to. And because I'm a more mature student.
You're not. Should I tell you what? I've never seen skin like Manuela's. Honest to God, she has the most gorgeous skin. She really does.
No, but it's tough. It's tough. Because I mean, when I qualify next June, I'm going to be 55.
Oh my goodness! You look 23.
Yeah, thank you. Take that. But she's lying.
No,
but
I'm
and it's tough, but it's so interesting, and I think that's when you're passionate about something.
Yes.
Chinese medicine is just the best. I mean, it's so interesting. We're going to the root cause of an illness, we're finding, if you have eczema, we're not just putting some cream on your eczema. We are finding
the root of the issue.
Where is it coming from?
Yes, because that's what I love about Chinese medicine, because I feel in the Western world, I think Western medicine is fantastic.
It is, yes.
It is fantastic, but I think we are a pill-popping nation. I think we give too many pills out.
Totally.
Out finding out what the root of the problem is. Why are people getting these illnesses and ailments? And finding out it could be stress, as you say, it could be worry,
Yes.
it could be anger,
Yeah, could be any of the emotions.
any of those.
Of course, that,
And I know that so many people have had different things gone in their lives with illnesses, and you go back and it's because they've been worried about business, or they've been worried about house, or different things and money, and that can bring on these ailments. And then they'll be giving, like, you know, depression tablets or this tablet or that tablet, but it doesn't actually sort the problem. So I think we need more Chinese medicine. I think we need more over here as well.
Yeah, I think we are in the UK. I mean, there's so many practitioners and so many students, of course, in my college in Reading. But I think it's more and more. The clinics are really busy because I think people they're much more aware of it now.
Yes.
You don't want to put more chemicals into the body. You know, you don't want to rely on medication. And Chinese medicine is also preventative. So we don't want to get to a point where we are taking medication. And so it's a really nice way to keep everything in balance in the body.
Yes, because I know that my friend who's on medication at the moment, just frustrated that they're still on it, and you know how it makes them feel.
Yeah.
Instead of just, you know, as they said, I just want to be off this, because it's also the side effects. What happens?
Exactly. Yeah. And I know that we treat in clinic a lot of side effects of medication. Really.
Yeah.
People come in with problems, certain headaches. How long have you had the headaches? And then it's like, since I've been taking this medication. But of course, they have to take the medication for whatever illness they might have.
Yeah.
But then we are helping them with side effects, really, too.
So it's kind of swings and roundabouts.
Yeah.
So after you've done your university degree, what do you want to become? What will you become?
Yeah, so
will you be a doctor of medicine?
Doctor of Chinese medicine.
Yeah.
I would like to have my own practice. Thinking about it now, I'm in the planning stage now. So I've got, I'm at the moment in clinic at university.
Yes.
Under very close supervision, of course. And it's really exciting. So I've got 3 patients now. So it's really exciting.
What do they have to call you? What do they call? Do they call you Manuela, or what do they call you?
Actually, Ayla. People call me Ayla. So it's like a short version of
I love that. Ayla.
Yeah.
Oh,
and so that's exciting. So on a Saturday morning, we've got patients, and then Saturday afternoons, we've got lectures. From March, I've got go into a pre-qualifying period where I have kind of patients outside of the clinic, still under supervision. So I have to submit treatment plans and stuff for my supervisors, and still have to discuss what I'm treating and what acupuncture points I'm going to be using. And then from June, I'm qualified. Yes, so I'm planning to have hopefully my own clinic at that point. Yeah, see.
That's really exciting.
Really exciting, yeah.
Very exciting.
And then combining it with Qigong.
Yes.
That's what I do already. I've got one of my patients, she's got anxiety. So I'm talking to her about some breathing techniques. We teach a lot of breathing in Qigong.
Yes.
So important. And Qigong is such a fantastic way of helping with these issues like anxiety and everything really.
Yes,
everything.
It is.
And I do a lot of one-to-one sessions on Qigong as well, where people have a particular problem, and then we have a little interview, and then I can shape a Qigong routine which helps with whatever is.
Gosh, that's amazing to know that. That's amazing.
Yeah,
because
sometimes it's a lot of fun as well. It's a lot of fun to actually do it and to really think about.
Yes.
And then helping somebody is just very rewarding.
Yes, I bet it is. So when you are qualified, when that happens, you must give us all the details.
Yeah.
And we'll keep plugging Manuela, because there's no one else I'd go to but you.
Oh,
honestly,
bless you.
I'm not just saying that. Qigong, and I know I've said this before, it changed my life through lockdown as well. I found it, and I found Katie Brindle on Instagram, just flicking through, and I found her, and then I found you doing Katie's class, and I just love Manuela's classes, and I do like the recording ones that you've done on Instagram. Even when I'm away, even when I'm on holiday abroad, I have to put on Manuela. And actually, my husband, Rich, says, your voice is so calming. He He says she has the most calming voice. And
Just
then,
so boring, did he? No, come.
he did. But it's also the body tapping. So my our daughter Flo said she knows that I'm awake because all she can hear is it
Tap, 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 tap,
tap, tap, tap. And when I went away with my girlfriends, they said, "What is that noise? What is that noise? Have we got a mouse in the house or something?" I said, "No, it's just me doing my body tapping." But people don't really, they don't understand the benefits from it. But there are so many benefits. I can't tell you how soft my skin is.
Yeah.
I had a massage from Face Flow last week, a body massage, and she says your skin is like
nice.
a baby's skin, and that is
Yeah.
from Qigong. It is. And also, I love when you do kind of the energies on the body and your body tapping, how it makes it just makes you feel alive in the morning, especially because your body's been asleep, hasn't it, for 8 hours or 6 hours.
Yeah, and you're lying
And you're lying. So,
more or less still.
Yeah,
hopefully you're not moving too much overnight
No.
because you want to be
yeah.
fairly still overnight, of course.
But then that just enlights the fire. It just makes everything, feel just great inside. And then when you meet and greet people that day, you're just buzzing, you
Yeah.
know. And, if someone gives you that negative energy, you just want to bounce it back and flip it with a positive.
Yeah. We always talk about when we practice Qigong as well, that we are strengthening that energy field around us.
Yes.
Okay, your nice
Like
bubble.
an armour.
Yes.
Yeah.
You have your nice bubble, and then there's always somebody out there which,
Is a drainer.
yes, or likes to get some joy out of making other people miserable.
Yes.
Right? And they're coming to your life and they're like instantly can deplete your energy field. But when we practice it, we can say, no, you can grumble as much as you like.
Yeah, I would say, oh, have a lovely day.
Yes, you're not coming into my field.
Yes. Goodbye.
Yeah, I can listen. I
Yeah.
can hear you. I can respond. But this is staying nice.
Yeah.
And
You
that is
sometimes
really
find it's
important.
hard, though, isn't it? Sometimes.
Oh gosh, yes.
Yeah.
It's hard, and I have to because I can be quite, confident and
Yes.
But then there's a certain type of personality which can just make me feel like really small and
Yes.
stupid and like.
So it
you
happens
know,
to all of us. It's not just, yeah.
But there's a certain personality type, and that might be a different personality type for everyone else.
Yeah.
For me, it's a sort of harsh metal type, and they're quite intelligent people, and I feel really stupid. And then I think, why am I feeling so stupid?
Yes.
I'm at uni, right? I'm
Yeah.
studying in a Bachelor of Science degree. Why am I feeling so stupid? And but it's that personality type which just makes me crumble. And then I think now I breathe, and it's like a balloon. You like blow up that balloon around. You're like, no, I've got to stay.
Yes.
I'm carrying my energy. This is my field, and
Yeah. Yeah, because sometimes you want to just crawl, when you
Yeah.
see these people. And then you think, why am I doing that? But some people can make you feel very, very small.
Yeah.
And then you think, no, I need, I want to be strong again.
Yeah.
I need to,
Yeah.
put that suit of armor on.
And also that person might not unpurposely do it.
No.
There might just be that personality type who naturally is, come on, let's
Yes.
do it. And for me, I'm not very good. My friend, she struggles with, more like my personality, because I'm more the fire type, and
Yes.
I'm more like this, and I'm a bit here, and I'm a bit there, and she's like, oh no, she's more of a wood type, a wood personality,
Which is
very
very
structured
organised.
and organised.
Yes, that sounds like my
And then
husband,
it's-
very organised and
yeah.
structured.
And I'm like this, a bit like this, and she's like, oh, God, get into that box.
Yes.
So, and she doesn't like, it's not that she doesn't like, but she sort of struggles more with, probably my personality.
Yes.
We are good friends, so
Yeah. But they do say opposites do attract as well. But also I can be, and I've got friends who are like people pleasers. So you want to like please everybody, like, oh, I want to please them. But now when you get older, I decided no, I just want to be
Yeah.
happy in what I'm doing.
But that's when you start strengthening your elements.
Yes.
That can be an earth, possibly an earth personality, but also underbalanced wood.
Yes.
You can either be too much or too little.
Yeah.
And sometimes there's somebody said to me the other day, I'm just a pushover and people just use me. But she's a wood personality, but she's under and she's timid. Timid is a gallbladder thing.
Yes.
And she's very timid, and then she does it, but people will just walk all over her. So we are working on strengthening her element to
Yes.
bring it up a bit. So we need to bring it up a bit.
Yeah.
Sometimes when people are too much, they're too structured, everything's in the box, and they're having spreadsheets for their spreadsheets, and
Yes.
but then if something doesn't go to plan, they get really angry.
Yes.
Too much.
They
right?
don't, and they don't like change.
Yeah, no, and it's a tree that doesn't bend
Yes.
will break.
Yeah, it
It's one
will.
of the sayings we say.
Got to be a bit flexible.
Yeah, we need to be a bit of flexibility in
But
there.
also with Qigong, that's really helped with my flexibility.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's what you do. You balance it.
And balance as well. When you say standing on, on one leg, I love that. To do that
Yeah.
at night time. Do you ever brush your teeth just standing on one leg?
Not when I do after, really.
Yeah.
After, actually, and I do some moves before I go to bed, which help with sleep, and as well, because obviously there's a sleep issues. Insomnia is more of a fire issue.
Yes.
And waking up at 2:00 in the morning is a wood issue.
If you do wake up at that time, what would you do? Would you watch a film on Netflix, or
No.
would you write a journal? Because I do just write.
Do you?
I do sometimes.
At night?
If I wake up and I'm thinking
you
about
write
a few
away.
words,
Yeah.
I'd rather
Do you
just
write it down?
just
Okay, now
write
that's
it
a good thing.
down.
Writing, definitely not Netflix. Do you do that too?
No, I don't. No, I don't.
I think, let's say, not from a Chinese medicine point of view, but because you want to calm your brain.
Yes.
If I wake up, I do rhythm of the universe breath. And that's a breath work when we breathe in and we pause. Breathing up, a bit like a wave, yeah, but breathing out, pause. Breathing in, gentle pause, breathing out, pause.
Yeah,
In,
I like that.
pause. And I just sort of put my mind into a very calm, and then just breathe, focus on my breath.
Where's your happy place? You have to meditate. Do you visualize a happy place? Where is that?
Yeah, well, sometimes could be different places, and sometimes just let the mind go, and then all of a sudden you find yourself, not been here before, but go with it. By a lake, or on a mountain, or wherever your mind takes you.
Yes.
Yeah. But processing the day, journaling is probably a good thing, because if something wakes you up, you write it down, and then it's out of here on a piece of paper.
That's what I find. If I just write it on the piece of paper, it's much better.
They also say, they say that, like, if you're somebody who's overthinking or worried, or you had a really busy day, and before you go to bed and you journal, you write it down.
Yeah.
And then from here, it's gone there, and you don't have to think about it. Or if you have a busy day the next day, you wake up at night, I've got to do this tomorrow, I've got to do that tomorrow.
Yes.
But once you write it down, you don't have to worry about it anymore. It's there.
Yes.
And you wake up in the morning and you look at it.
Yeah.
And you know what you have to do.
Yeah, you're right. I think sometimes I think nowadays technology is just everywhere, isn't it? Yeah. And so, do you ever have days that you don't look at technology?
Oh, so hard.
It is hard.
It's so hard, yeah. I spoke about it with somebody the other day. It's so difficult, and you get so addicted to your phones. It's ridiculous, really.
More on the increase.
Yeah, and I'm guilty. I'm totally guilty of that.
Yeah, no, I am, because I will say on holiday, I will switch off, I will not be on it. And I'm not. And then you'll think, I need to message that person, or, just to remind them about X, Y, and Z. And then suddenly you think, no, so I have to limit myself now. Yeah,
and that's really good, and that's really important. But for me as well, because I run another business, and so everything's on my phone.
Yes.
Like you have your emails, when you're out, and you just sit there and you can talk to somebody, and you still kind of get your phone and...
Yes.
Not good.
No, it isn't.
And I'm really trying, actually, to keep the phone out of the bedroom.
Yes.
At night. And it's also, it gives out a lot of radiation, isn't it, from the phone?
Yes, a lot of people say that.
Yes.
So if I go on a run, I just switch it off completely.
Yeah.
People say, but that's a bit dangerous. But it's just because I don't want it bleeping. And, your own thoughts. When you go for a walk, do you turn your phone off?
I often leave it at home.
Yes.
But sometimes I listen to lectures when I go for a walk. And that's not good either, really, because walking is really nice, and we should be walking mindfully, fully, and look at the nature.
Yes.
But sometimes I do listen to a uni lecture, and then I think, I shouldn't be doing this. I should just be looking at the trees and stop under a tree and admire nature and the beauty and the changing colours now in autumn time. And
yeah. I did that today. It's absolutely beautiful. It really, really is. But then I had to then talk about it on Instagram, say how lovely it was. Yes. So I then went back, oh yes, I've had a lovely time. Oh yeah, let me tell everyone about it.
Yeah, I saw you this morning after your run. Nice colours.
Yeah, always in a colour.
Yeah, but it's nice though that you do that, because sometimes you forget, and then there's greys. Look at the beautiful colours, and you think, yes, look at the beautiful colours.
Yes,
you know.
yeah.
So no, thank you. You do remind us. It's beautiful colours.
Because also I think people look at November, and you think, oh, it's November, it's dark. The evenings are getting darker, and we just want to hibernate. I was saying to someone, you just want to hibernate, but as my husband said, it doesn't pay the mortgage. Like all other mammals are hibernating, aren't they? They're all,
It is really important that we are slowing down.
Yeah.
Over this winter period, because it is important for our energy when it comes to springtime.
Yes.
So we are coming into the water season, and we should be going to bed earlier.
Yeah.
And we should maybe sleep a little bit longer. I know it's just not possible, but I think for me, the bed last night, we were in bed by 9:15, literally, and I think I was asleep straight
Really?
away. Yeah.
Oh wow.
But so very early. Doesn't happen all the time, because quite often I'm up later studying or working. I do try to go in bed early-ish.
Yeah.
And then in the summer I get up earlier. But no, if I can, I mean, I'm talking about like 6:30, 7 o'clock, which is quite late for me to get up. In the summer I would get up earlier than that.
Yeah, I like getting up early, like dawn time, and going for a run.
Yeah,
where
that's really
everywhere
nice.
else is really quiet, and then pop in somewhere and have a coffee afterwards.
Nice.
It's quite nice actually, just getting takeaway coffee, but no one else is up. You see a few little cars, dog walkers, but that's about it. That's really, really lovely.
I do like the morning time. Yeah, it's really nice.
Yeah, it's just your own little thinking time. But then I do go to bed quite late as well, because I'm watching Netflix, doing my evening Qigong. What's the other one that, the stone, the gua sha, so I do that.
Yeah, the gua sha, yeah.
So I do that at night time, which is lovely. And then put on my moisturiser, but do it quite late, but then sleep through the night.
What time do you go to sleep?
11.
Well, so you're still in this sort of triple burnout time.
Yes.
Every organ has got a time, and the triple burnout is sort of between 9 and 11.
Yeah.
And that's a good time to go to sleep.
Yeah.
So if you can bring it a little bit forward, maybe.
Yeah. What about if it's a little bit later than that? Is that bad?
No, I
just because I was watching The Diplomat last night, it was really good while I was putting on my tan.
Yes. I think it's habit, isn't it, as well? When
I've always been a late person.
Yeah.
Getting to meetings as well.
I think, yes, that was habit. So if you get a few minutes earlier, it will just be good for your energies and your body.
Yes.
And
so kind of like with your classes as well, you're on Hey You, aren't you? So is it Hey You Fit? And then when you actually graduate, will you be just doing your own classes as well, or will you still be doing Hey You Fit? How will it?
I think I'm planning to continue with Hey You. We've just got the most gorgeous members, and we've got such a fantastic community, and I just love it. And I think now I would want to continue.
Yes.
And I'm thinking, if I get a treatment room and I've got a schedule for my classes, could I shape my clients or my patients around my Qigong classes?
Oh, yes.
So I definitely don't want to stop teaching Qigong.
No.
Yeah, maybe there have to be a couple of little changes, but I'm trying to.
Oh, please.
Yes, no, I wouldn't. And that community is just so amazing. What we have on Instagram and the community we built over the last 4.5 years, isn't it?
Yes.
It's been, really amazing.
Has been fantastic.
Mm.
Just bear with me. Yeah, I think it's okay. I think it's outside. It's not here. I thought I had put a noise on, but it's not. It's outside. But you also did a fabulous dance class with Qigong as well. Will you ever do that again?
I hope so, because that's my background is dance.
Oh,
and
shut up. On a Sunday morning, I love that. It was all like 80s music.
we had so much fun.
So much fun. Oh, my
But
goodness.
I don't think you ever did that class because you went to watch cabaret, and then I actually put a song on for you in the class.
You
for
did,
the
but
cabaret.
I think it was
Were you there?
Was it a pre-record? I think you put it on somewhere, and I remember seeing it.
Yeah.
And it was fantastic. It was really good. But we used to have like the Officer and the Gentleman song.
Yes.
Love lifts us up where we belong. More, in key. That was a bit off key, but I've just done that. But it was lovely.
Yes, I really enjoyed that.
Oh, I loved it. I felt like I don't know, just felt like Liza Minnelli dancing around.
Yeah, we did. It was a lot of fun, but it was difficult for me because my university course is a weekend course, like a Friday, Saturday, Sunday,
Yes.
and it was hard to do the class, and then uni had to pre-record, and it was all a bit of pain. But now my times have changed, so I'm not there on a Sunday anymore at uni, and yeah, maybe.
Should do. You should say
Yeah,
so.
maybe.
Can we bring it back? But it is hard to bring everything in, isn't it?
Yes, and sometimes it's a lot of preparations for the classes as well, and then when life is busy, it can be quite challenging. Then having another thing
Yes.
on top, yeah.
Yeah, it can be. So your university finishes this next year, you say?
Yeah, in June.
In June.
21st of June, counting. It's been great. It's been great, and I think it just shows we are never too old. If we want to do something, we can do it. Because if you would have said to me, when I was there just before my 50th birthday, I'm going to go back to university.
Yes.
No way. I mean, no way. I might go back to uni and do a degree in medicine. No, not possible. But everything is possible if we put our mind to it.
And also if you have that passion for it as well.
Yeah.
You really have a passion for it. And
but I had to find
really
that again.
Good.
I had to find it again. So because I lost it all, I really lost it on the way. Sometimes we lose ourselves. Yeah. And that will happen to me. And through Qigong, I kind of got back on track and found myself again. And yeah.
But I think you can lose yourself. I was saying this to a friend of mine. You when you get married, you lose part of yourself, because you want to please, you want to connect, as that couple. But you lose a bit of your identity if you allow it. When you have children, you do as well. And then when they go and they do their own things, you think, oh, I'm now myself again, and oh, I need to find myself.
Yeah, but who am I? Yeah,
and who am I?
Yeah.
I've lost that person, and so you need different things to bring that out.
Yeah. And sometimes you have really difficult times in life, which can really, have such a massive impact mentally as well.
Yeah.
And then you think, okay, I have to walk back to myself. I have to kind of dig through a lot of stuff as well, painful stuff, emotional stuff.
Yes.
And
you've been through a tough time.
Find myself, yeah. And life, as we know, life is not always plain sailing. I don't think we meet anybody who said, oh no, all my life has been fantastic and I never had any hardships or upsets or grief or I mean that would be a robot, isn't it?
You're right. And it's like I say about marriage or when you see on Instagram that people are saying, oh, it's fantastic, we never row. I just say that's unrealistic. That's unrealistic because everyone is completely different. And it's like Instagram and Facebook, it's all lovely, but it's people only tell you what they want you to hear. Life's a roller coaster, as Roland Keating would say. We have our ups and downs.
Yeah.
But it's just how you deal with it.
Yeah, exactly. And I think we all, when we talk about the 5 elements again, every emotion we need for balance, but it needs to be in balance. So we need to get angry at times, but you need to let it go again. I mean, if somebody pulls out of in front of you when you're drive to work in the morning and you get furious and you're so angry and you're like for the rest of your day you're like that idiot, and you're raging, causing a lot of heat, right?
Yeah.
Coming up, causing a lot of issues in the body. That person who pulled out in front of you, they're carry on singing happily on the way to work, they're not upset.
So you've just got to let that go.
Yeah, we need to learn, and we can.
Yes.
We can let it go.
And also not harp on about the past. The past is gone.
Yeah.
Go on about the future.
Yeah, exactly. You take what is good from the past, you bring it into your present moment, and then we're going to move forward. Forward. But we need all of the emotion. We need the grief. We need to feel grief or loss, because when we talk about the metal element, it's not just the grief. If you lose something, you lose a lifestyle. People lost a lot of money through COVID. They maybe lost a business, and maybe they had a really good lifestyle and holidays before, and then through COVID they lost that, and they lost a lifestyle. When we hit the menopause, I had a big loss because I can't have children anymore. That's a big loss for women, I think.
That is a big loss.
When we thought we lose our youth, or our skin is not as tight anymore. We lost all that. We get older.
Your skin's amazing. I don't know what you do, but it's fantastic. It's fantastic. But did you feel, when you were going through the menopause as well, when you say about children, did you feel kind of the longing to have another child, or just that you realised that your body, that was it? You couldn't. What was it when you said the loss?
I didn't want any more. I've got 3 children. I've got 3 boys, so I didn't want any more children. But there is still that sense of, well, I can't. I can't have any more. That's gone.
Yeah.
And that sort of was difficult. Not that I wanted any more children,
but that stage of your life is that your door closed.
It's a stage of your life that's gone.
Yeah.
But now in Qigong also we say second spring. We're not in the menopause. It's our second spring, and how nice is that?
Yeah.
Before I was menopause. In China, they call you the wise elders.
Yes.
And how lovely is that?
Because even though it's tough, I mean, I keep saying to my friends, I don't know if I'm premenopause or menopause. I mean, I'm 51. I've no idea. They say, well, that's just you, because I've no clue. Had no symptoms. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I just feel like zizzing with energy, and kind of like I just feel this is, as you say, your second spring. I just feel great, but that's through Qigong.
Yeah, I mean, I had no symptoms throughout the menopause, and I've never taken any. But I just had this feeling of, I just had this period of feeling really low before. So I don't know, maybe it was nothing to do with the menopause, but I just had this feeling of stuck in life, and that's changed. But otherwise, I didn't have any. I didn't have any problems throughout the menopause.
You're not on HRT or
no.
And what was your choice for taking HRT?
I didn't need to.
No.
But because of studying Chinese medicine, I've always been in the natural way.
Yes.
So I don't take medication. If I have a headache, I don't take painkillers. I really try, just have some water, unless I have an important appointment or something where I need to concentrate if you have headache. But I very rarely get headaches. So I'm, try to avoid chemicals when possible.
And also with the body tapping, when you do become hot, that I say to friends, if you do the body tapping and get the heat out of your body, and you feel completely different. But I don't get hot. I mean, I've always been a sweaty person.
Yeah.
When I sleep, that's always been, because people say, oh, that's mental, but I've always had that. But since Qigong, don't really get that either.
That's the yin deficiency, make it hot at night.
Oh, really, is it?
Talk about it later. We do a full assessment.
Yes, do a full assessment on me, please. I can't wait for this. What about vitamins? Do you take vitamins?
Well, I try.
Yeah.
But I'm not very good with taking anything on a regular basis, to be honest.
Why is that? You just forget?
I just forget. And I've got this really, and I don't even know what they're called. I've been taking this supplements, which are really good for the NADs, for the aging process, actually really good supplements. And Cheeto, I think the company is.
Yes.
They're not cheap, but they're really good, because we need that in our cells. And I've got it on subscription, and it comes every month. But I'm like, not even through the heart first. You're supposed to take 6 a day. It's this little capsule, so it's all natural. It's not. It's no chemicals. But take 3 in the mornings and 3. I rarely manage to take that. So I have got vitamin D, which is great.
Vitamin D is really good.
Really good for the winter time.
Yeah.
It's on my desk, and I forget. Yeah. So I'm just not very good taking anything. Yeah.
I have to remind, because I do. I have to have it in the cupboard, but I have to have it so it's close to the coffee, so I know it reminds me to take it. Yeah. And then my hubby would always put things very neatly back. I have to have things out to remind my brain to take that. And if I don't take it in the morning, then that's it. But if I see it at night time, I'll have to take it then.
That's really good. So that's really good. Well done. Yeah.
Yeah. But it has to be so I can see it. But I've got so many friends who just, they forget as well, even if they've got a pill box or.
Yeah, I'm not good. So thankfully, I don't have to take any medication because I would be totally useless.
Yeah, no, I'm the same. But I'm with you on chemicals in the body because it's the side effects.
Yeah.
But touch wood, we are very
It
fortunate.
causes heat in the body, or some of them, depending on what it is. Some of them obviously can cool the body down, and depending on what it is. But I do quite like as well as to let the body sort itself out, because when we get hot, as in a fever, that is the body's response to fighting a pathogenic factor which comes into your body.
Yes.
So any bacteria or viruses comes in, and your body goes, whoa, it gets hot, to fight it, kill it off.
Yes.
So having this, I've got a bit of a fever, ride it out, wrap up hot in bed, hot water bottle, sweat it out, and let the body fight it. Instead of taking some medication, which cools the system down straight away.
Yes.
So it's really good to let the body do its own thing.
And also
to a certain point, obviously.
To a certain point. And when I went running once, I put a photo up of me showing my neck.
Yes, I remember.
And I remember getting told off by
she
Manuela.
did.
And it was quite a nice firm turning off. I quite like it, actually. I like being told off. No, I don't really put it off. But what I'm saying is, what's it about the neck? What's it about the throat that you have
Well, we can get pathogenic factors coming in through the back of the neck, actually.
Yes.
Sort of, and we call wind cold or wind heat even. And it's very vulnerable.
Yeah.
But also, you always, when you're running, telling you I forget, but you always wear your no jackets, and having your midriff free. Not good, because you're going to get your kidneys cold. And when you get hot at night,
It's hot.
yeah, we have it in the summer. But when you get your kidneys cold, and when you get hot at night, that's kidney inefficiency. So you want to make sure you keep your kidneys nice and warm.
Yes, I mean.
That's it.
Yes.
That's really important.
But sometimes if I run in this, I get a little bit hot.
You get hot, yeah.
Yeah.
See, I used to, before I did my course, I used to do a lot of running. But now I haven't got time anymore. But I'm more of a cold person.
Yes.
So I would always neck scarf, like always wear scarves, and but I would always wear a jumper as well. But I'm always cold. No matter if I've been running 10 miles, I'm still cold.
Really?
Yeah, that's a yang deficiency. So we've got yin deficiency or yang deficiency. So I'm more of a cold person.
And also, if you get a cold, or before you get a cold, you should actually beat on your chest. I do say, like
Yes.
Tarzan.
Yeah.
You should be doing this every
Yeah.
morning. Now,
This is a great point. So when we have the tab, I've got a tapper here. Show you tab. But here is the thymus gland, sort of on the sternum, and this is a really nice one. We store immune cells in here, so it's a nice one to tap on here to activate it. But the beginning of the lung meridians are here on the shoulder in this area, and that is a really good area to tap. So generally tapping over the chest with the bamboo tapper.
Yes.
It's a really good thing. I don't want to tap here in front of the microphone because it's really noisy, but sort of tapping across the chest is really good. And then we follow the path of the meridians. So we go down the inside of the arm, up the outside, other side, and then Same on the body. We go down the outside and then up on the inside of the legs.
Yes.
That's how we tap, following the path of the meridian.
Yeah. But you realise that when you do this part in the morning, you can feel it clearing.
Yes, I mean, especially if you have phlegminess in the chest, but that's also, we talk about the dampness from the spleen
Yes.
will affect your lungs as well. So if you have a lot of phlegm and dampness in your lungs, also just being a little bit more careful with the diet, with dairy and
yes,
sugar and
You
stuff.
were talking about bread. The bread with me, if I have bread, I swell up like there's no tomorrow.
Yeah, lots of
really
people do, yeah.
swollen, so I can't, even though it's really lovely, I shouldn't really have too much bread because I get that swollen tummy.
Yeah, I quite like rye bread, but
sourdough I really like.
Yeah, sourdough bread. Yeah, I eat a lot of sourdough bread, rye bread, seeds, lots of seeds. But sometimes just nice to have a bit of white bread. It doesn't affect me in a way that if I had the white bread. Sometimes I'm just like, oh yeah, just treat myself a bit.
I love when you said when you went over to Germany and your dad was making you had like lovely German rolls and everything. I thought, what a lovely dad.
I know. I say the thing is the Germans as well, because they eat their meat and they eat a lot of bread.
Yes.
And a lot of cake. But
you're right, you can't say no.
No.
You can't go to someone's house and say,
No.
"Oh no, I don't eat any of that. I just have to eat it."
Cake. No, thank you
Don't
very much.
eat cake, it's all right.
No. Friends, a few years ago, I went vegetarian. I was a vegetarian for quite a long time until I started studying Chinese medicine, and I was quite blood deficient. And they said, having a bit of meat actually will do you good. And I started introducing some meat back in my diet. But I went to Germany and I said, Mum, Dad, I don't eat any more meat. And they were like, what? I said, you don't, what do you eat?
Oh.
I mean, what do you eat? And it's just like, it's just so funny. And then same as bread. I try to avoid these nice white rolls, but I said, you just can't. You
can't do it.
No.
I'll tell you what I've been getting into since I went to Yorkshire, because I went to Yorkshire a couple of weeks ago, is liver, and they did liver and onions and mash. Now my family said, I can't believe you're eating that, but I really love it. It's really good for you.
Liver is very good for you. Yeah, I had an experience. I used to eat it a lot.
What happened on your experience?
No, it wasn't cooked. It wasn't cooked through. And when you cut into it, it was bleeding, and it put me off. I couldn't eat it. But my husband is next door, and when he cooks and I have a steak, I have to have it cremated. And he's crying because he's cooking the steaks. He said, "You can't eat this." And I said, "No, I can't have anything bleeding."
Really?
Yeah, I can't. So I have to. Do you like it? Yeah.
I quite like the vampire look.
Yeah, no, I don't. It's not. Can't do it. And I think that's when I had the liver. It just put me off.
Yes.
But I keep it because it's a lovely taste, actually.
A really nice taste.
Yes, it's a really nice taste.
And it is, as you say, it's really good for you.
Yeah, I say I should embrace it again at some point, I think.
But as you say, you have to look after your kidneys as well, don't you? Your kidneys are very important.
Kidneys really, really important, and I talk about it a lot in the classes about kidneys because that is our life force, our battery pack. So we are born with a full battery, and then through our lifetime, it runs out. And when it's gone, that's it, the end of the life. So you want to preserve it.
Yeah.
And the kidneys, there's essence, the Jing is stored in the kidneys, and we want to really slow the reduction of that Jing down. And keeping the kidneys warm when you're running in the winter and not having anything. It's really important.
I'm getting a little bit of a hint there. I know it's about me.
So it's important keeping your feet warm, and again we talk about
slippers.
The ice slippers. Yes, keeping your feet warm in the house, especially if you're having a house where we used to live in this lovely house. We had a lot of stone floors.
Yeah,
and so it's important then to keep the feet warm, and it's quite important also for younger women. For fertility issues.
Yes.
It's quite a big thing keeping the feet warm. as well, because of the kidney channel starts underneath the foot.
Yes.
Kidney channel, if that's your foot, starts here, and of the kidneys got quite a lot to do with fertility. So having the feet warm, not saying it will solve the problem, but it can also help.
Yeah.
Keeping the kidneys.
Oh, so what kind of slipper would you wear?
Oh, just anything that's warm.
Yeah.
Really, yeah. I mean, my house is really the house where we're living now is really warm, and
just if someone can't wear a slipper, would you wear like the socks, like bed
I
socks?
quite like wearing like these big fluffy socks.
Those big fluffy socks.
Yeah,
yeah.
I'll wear them. Yeah,
and what about a leg warmer? Would you wear that?
Only in my Sunday morning dance classes. We do like a.
I do like a
70.
leg warmer. I think they're coming back now. The leg warmers.
Yeah. Oh, well, yeah, they were amazing. Remember?
They are. Yeah.
Yeah, I used to love wearing them.
I did.
Yeah.
Might have to get some.
But what is really good is keeping the kidneys warm. So important. And, we talk on Hey You, or Katie's talking about she's talking about castor oil compress a lot. And I use one on my kidneys. So I have the castor oil, but I put it, instead of putting it on the liver to help to detox, I put it on my lower back. But anyway, that's another thing we use, isn't it? The castor oil.
Yeah, things. The castor, and that actually can reduce body fat as well, or it does something, does it?
Yeah, it can do. Yeah, it will help the liver to detox. And I mean, I'm not an expert on the castor oil compress, but I just put it on my kidneys, just keeping the kidneys warm. Castor oil is a really good oil for a lot of things, but they say if you have injuries and you put castor oil compress on the injury, even on the shoulder, it's really good. It's really good for your hair.
Yes.
Saying that, I have put castor oil in my hair before, and it took about 3 weeks to wash it out again.
Really?
Because it's so thick.
It's so
thick. And I thought, I put it in my hair.
Yeah.
So I put it big, and then I was like, that's a bad idea.
and did it just take 3 weeks to come out?
Well, it was just really greasy, isn't it? It's just, and it's, you wash your hair, and it's still, you dry it. It's like, it's still greasy.
Oh.
It can't get out. So it took a long time to get out. I don't know if it was 3 weeks, but it took a long time to get out.
But no, all those things really, really help.
Yes. Yeah. We just want to kind of look after ourselves, don't we? And
what's the thing that you say in Chinese about getting old? It's not getting old.
Grow old and die young.
I love that. Grow old and die young. Yeah. I love that.
And that is so important. And, really, I do look at people. I actually have got in one of my classes on a different platform, not on Hey You, I've got a lady, she's 90. She's 89. And because we teach on Zoom, and she's coming to my class 4 times a week. She's coming to my classes. And then I saw her the other day, because we're on Zoom, we have a little chat. And I could see her room, and she was sort of walking through one of the doors and walking towards the camera. And I thought, oh my God, she just walks amazing. And she's having her 90th birthday in January. And she's having a Keeley, like one of the dancing.
Yes.
It's amazing. She does the classes, and I thought, Molly, if I'm 90 and I'm like you,
I want to be like
happy
that.
days. Yeah,
happy days.
Yeah, and then some people, it's just nothing worse than being bedridden and not be able to do anything. So grow old and die young. So you want to be mobile.
And die young. I love that. But you are right. Just keep moving. Keep that body moving. And also, what's the other thing you say? Just move the body. Like you always say, like you move your hips.
Yes, moving. I mean, and for me, I study something so incredibly healthy, but the way to get to the end is incredibly unhealthy because I'm sitting. And they do say sitting is the new smoking, don't they? That's the phrase they're using. And because I run a business as well, and then I'm spending so much time studying and writing assignments. At the moment, I'm writing a dissertation. So my life is sitting down and, it's just no good. I can feel it in my back, and, I feel stiff in the morning, which I never did. But it's very hard sometimes with our lives when we are busy doing stuff on the computer to get the movement in.
Yes.
And I really miss that. And that's something, it's getting better now because I'm more active. I'm in clinics, so I'm on my feet more. I before it's just sitting down all the time. Not good.
No, it isn't. And I think in some offices they're saying do stand-up desks
Yeah.
with like a little a move thing, underneath, like a little treadmill,
Yeah.
so that people are moving because people are just.
Yeah. I tried that. I've got. We used to have a lot of online lectures, and I thought I have a little treadmill thing. But when I do that, I can't concentrate.
No, I'm the same.
Yeah.
I can't multitask.
Yeah, exactly. I say women can multitask. No,
Yeah,
I can't.
I can't do that. It's like that thing, when you.
Yeah. I
I just
can't.
like to do one thing at a time, or
I
one day at
can't.
a time. Do you remember that song by Lena Martell? One day at a time.
That's the one.
Sweet Jesus.
I won't. I won't sing.
Oh, go on, Manuela. I bet you've got a
No,
really
no,
good
no.
voice.
I got my husband. He's a singer.
You need to come in.
No, it's it's interesting. It's interesting when it comes to movement. So it's so important for the body. And if you can't move, because you might be really poorly, that's where the tapa comes in.
Yes.
Because even so, I very rarely get ill, but I did have I think just like a 24-hour sort of tummy thing. And I was just lying in bed, and I was sleeping a lot of the time. But when I was just next to my bed, I was like, gentle tap, getting some energy moving.
Yes.
That's important for our healing process as well. So get the tapas out again.
I mean, the tapas. I mean, I go when I have it a bit like Katie, a bit like I really like. I quite like that feeling. Some people think I'm a sadist doing it, but it is. But it is nice.
Yes, oh, it's lovely. It's such an after. It's such a lovely buzz in the body, isn't it?
A real buzz,
yeah,
honestly.
and you can feel the energy going, and so nice.
The postman was actually delivering something, but I was doing the one where you do it in between which is
gosh, yeah, I had that was a window cleaner, yeah.
But it is beneficial. It is beneficial, isn't it?
There is she's talking about the hui yin. There is an energy point which is right underneath the pelvis.
Yes.
Yes. We've got several. We've got underneath the feet, underneath the pelvis, top of the head, and we've got the palms. They're connection points. The one underneath the pelvis is actually really good for the men as well. For prostate health, it's really good for our uterus and for the urine system and all of that. It's really good. It's the strongest point of yin, but you basically tap between your legs.
Yeah.
It can be a bit embarrassing if somebody walks past your window, like my window cleaner, especially or your postman. Yeah, I know. What did he say?
He just went, hello. As if, what are you doing? But
she said, try it. It's good for your prostate.
It's really good. It's a bit like when the Boiler Man was coming around, and I was watching The Affair, it was called, and it was the sex scene. He went, "Oh, you okay?" I said, "Yes, I'm fine, thank you." Like this always happens when workmen come.
I know it does, doesn't it? It does. Yeah, I know. I keep saying when I tap in the class, but we also use. Have you ever done my inner fire class on Hey You? Where we use a golf ball.
Yes.
You put a golf ball underneath your pelvis when you sit, and then you can sort of
and
massage
it. Around,
So it is so good for everything going on down below.
Yes.
Because
and also for bladder control.
Yes, bladder control, really for pelvic floor. That's a great practice actually. The inner fire practice is so good and so important. I mean, we want to keep our pelvic floor reasonably strong as we grow older.
We do want to keep it strong.
Yeah, so it's so important. So movements or tapping underneath the hui yin is important, or the golf ball thing, the inner fire practice where we keep everything really strong in the pelvis. But just moving, and one thing we do in the inner fire practice, which is great for the pelvic floor when we are sitting nice and straight, is when you squeeze your bum.
Yes.
And then release. And then we're going to squeeze and release. And do that over and over again when you're sitting down. It's really good for your pelvic floor.
Very, very good. Manuela, what's the message you'd like to give out to people?
Oh, that's a good one.
On my podcast.
I shouldn't have thought about that.
No, you should, because,
Yeah, it's proper. The message is probably what we said before: grow old, die young.
Yeah.
We want to bring movement. We want to move the energy through the body. And another one, what I often say in my classes about Qigong, it's preventing disease and prolonging life.
I love
And that's
that.
a really important one.
Yeah, it is.
So we want to move. We want to be happy, not too caught up, having the emotions in balance, and
Yeah.
going with the flow a bit.
Going with the flow and just taking life as it comes as well. Doing your breathing, do Qigong, and you can take on the world. But please follow Manuela on Instagram. What's your Instagram called? What's your Instagram page?
I think it's a Qigong
Manuela.
with Manuela.
Yeah.
I think.
I think it is.
Oh,
Qigong with
no, we
Manuela.
tag it in
But
there.
I will tag it in. I will tag it in here. And if you like this, my conversations, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, which is Four Wheels and a Hat. Please do. I'd love you to subscribe. I've loved talking to you today, Manuela.
Oh, it's so nice. You could have carried on.
You could have carried on. We've been speaking for an hour. I hope this is recorded. Mike, I hope I've done it right. I've just loved speaking to you. I really, really have.
It was so much fun.
So much
yeah,
fun.
thank you
It
for
really
having
has.
me.
And we'll take some photos as well. See you very, very soon. Okay, bye for now. Bye.